So this dude apparently has a gold digger girlfriend, and I don't know if I've ever shared my thoughts on gold diggers with you guys, but I feel like there is like an average dude wanting a super hot like Russian girlfriend or something like that, or someone like a quarter of their age. I think gold digger and that person make a perfect combo. This dude's solely going out for like looks and nothing else because they want a hot little trophy on their side, and the girl's solely going after money, does not give two shits about the dude. I don't really know why people always complain like all the girls are so bad, because that situation, I feel like the dude's just as bad. They're both after very materialistic things. So let's have a little look at what this one's like.
Hey, my name is James.
Hello James, how are you?
And I was a complete loser in high school. I didn't have any friends, and of course, no girl was interested in dating
I already told you, he's gonna end up wanting a hot girlfriend later in life to make up for his bad school years.
me. If that wasn't bad enough, the popular girls always made fun of me, saying that I looked like a pig. I guess you can imagine how that made me feel.
That's not very
I
nice.
quickly lost all my self-confidence and became very insecure about my looks.
That's pretty
However,
horrible.
I've changed a lot since high school. I've gone from being the quiet guy no one respects to being the youngest vice president of a large corporation.
That's always how it works. The quiet ones in school end up to be like the most successful later in life. Because I feel like if you're popular in school, after school when you realize you have no like credibility anywhere, like you're not considered the popular one out of school, they end up just plummeting. They're not used to it. Like it's really hard to explain, but I feel like that's what happens. They don't have to work for anything.
Which means that I am literally managing hundreds of people, and of course, I'm also making a lot of money. When it came to women though, I still had no success. And by my 27th birthday,
Oh, wow.
I'd never even been on a date.
Oh my
which is
God.
why I decided to try online dating. That's
Men's on Tinder.
where I met Tatiana. She was Russian.
I have nothing against beautiful Russian women or Ukrainian women, but surely guys know by now, if a Ukrainian or Russian woman that is super hot and out of your league is wanting to date you, they want your money. They're trying to get out of like, you know, their bad living situation in their country to come over, get a visa and get money. Probably not all the cases, but a lot of the time that is what they do. Why are these dudes so dumb?
And one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen.
Normally
I couldn't
Russian.
believe she was interested in me, and I could barely speak.
I don't know what it is with Russian women, like they are hot.
On our first date because I was so intimidated. However, Tatiana agreed to another date, and soon we were officially in a relationship. There were some
Wow.
issues though. For example, we didn't have much in common, and
Keep in mind, with him, she doesn't know English very well. Once again, he's just dating her because she's hot.
Tatiana didn't speak much English, so our conversations weren't great, but she was so gorgeous that I didn't care. I also have to admit that I enjoyed posting pictures with her on Facebook because I wanted my former high school classmates to see that I was dating a pretty hot girl now. However, the real problem started when I introduced her to my family. My dad understood why I liked Tatiana and
Yeah, he
congratulated
did.
me,
Of course he did.
saying, "Good job, son, good job." But my mom
Very
and
nice.
sister didn't look happy at all.
Mum and sister are a little bit insecure when it comes to the hot girlfriend.
And after Tatiana left, they told me to break up with her because they thought she was a gold digger. Wow, my own mom and sister tried to ruin my relationship. I got really angry.
They're
and
onto
told them,
it.
"You are only jealous of Tatiana because she is thin and has a great shape, while you two are overweight and can't stop eating fast food." My sister immediately...
Oh! Shots fired! I feel bad for them. You can't compete with Russians. Like, they're just a new level of hot.
I wanted to apologize, but my mom screamed at me, saying I should leave the house and that I wasn't
Yeah.
welcomed anymore. Well, that was it. I stopped talking to my mom and sister for a couple of months.
Wow.
I mean, it was true that Tatiana was always asking me to buy her expensive jewelry and designer clothes.
Yes,
But when
you
you
do.
love someone, you want to make them happy. The smile on her face when I bought her a Louis Vuitton bag is
Louis Vuitton bag? Why did he say it like that? It's Louis Vuitton.
worth every cent. Maybe she had expensive tastes,
Ooh.
but that didn't make her a bad person. I mean, we all have our flaws.
I don't know what he expects. I feel like these stories frustrate me. Like, do you just expect, what do you have to offer this woman? Like, you didn't want the average looking chicks. You wanted a super hot girl to gloat to like your friends and the people around you. Yet you're shocked she's a gold digger because you've literally said at the beginning that you're not a very attractive guy, you're awkward and rah 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 rah. Like, you didn't go for her personality, so what do you expect? Oh, does this frustrate anybody else? I feel like they're like both materialistic. Put them together, it should be a happy couple. Like, if you're gonna go solely based off looks, and the only thing you got going for you is money and maybe like your personality isn't that great, like, it's kind of like you get what you dish out. I don't know.
However, even though Tatiana looks stunning, After a while, I started to get bored, because it takes more than a pretty face to make a relationship work. I also realized that we had absolutely nothing in common. I love reading books and watching sci-fi movies, but Tatiana only cared about showbiz gossip, shopping, and trying to impress people on Instagram. I started to feel lonely even when I was holding her in my arms.
I have to say, the worst is people that sit on their phones when you go and hang out with them and they're just on their phone the whole time. It's the worst.
At first, I thought we just had to work harder in our relationship. I believed, and I still do, that love is something we have to create. But no matter how much money I spent or how often I told her I loved her, she just took it for granted. And it was more important to her to connect with strangers on Instagram than with me. That's when I realized that the only reason I was dating Tatiana was because of my insecurities. I was trying to impress my classmates from high school by getting the hottest girlfriend I could find. And I completely forgot about what actually matters and what actually makes me happy. I want a girlfriend that cares about me, who understands me and wants to grow with me as a person. But most importantly, I want to enjoy spending time with her. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a single guy who dated a hot girl for a while. I'm only glad I realized we weren't right for each other before we got married. That would have been a real disaster.
Well, I wonder if what kind of girl he's dating now, if he's gone for someone who he shares interests with, or if he's tried going for another hot girl. I feel like the whole gold digger situation is both like materialistic on the male side and the girl's side, because like it's very rare that a gold digger situation happens with like an average looking girl, if that makes sense. They go for like supermodels. So that's just my thoughts on it. I feel like it's two wrongs there, like, or like it's one happy situation. But let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on gold diggers or like this situation. I personally think he's just to blame as she is. Or but yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.